very, very soon, the can's going to run out of road. We got to open this economy. If we don't, it's going to collapse. And if the U.S. economy collapses, the world economy collapses. And trying to burn down the village to save it is foolish. Yes, we shut down, but the shutdown did not stop the spread of the virus. The shutdown slowed the spread of the virus at enormous cost, but it still spread. When we end the shutdown, the virus is going to spread faster. That's just a fact, and the American people understand that.
Republican Senator John Kennedy of hard-hit Louisiana. That states should reopen despite acknowledging that would accelerate the spread of this deadly virus.
It's just one of the dumbest things I've actually heard him say, and he said so many stupid things over the past year, it's hard to count. I mean, he's from a state that, again, everybody went out to Mardi Gras. Went out to Mardi Gras and spread the coronavirus across the country. It's just like Florida having spring break, and you can actually see where that spring break spread hit a lot of people east of the Mississippi River. But, you know, there's something I don't understand. You have people like Senator Kennedy and a lot of other Trump supporters and a lot of Americans, rightly, were so offended and shocked and upset like I was when 3,000 Americans died at the hands of Islamic terrorism on 9/11.
We're at 30,000.
Right? So now we're at 10 times that because of the communist Chinese government lying and their incompetence, the American president lying and his incompetence.
Continued.
I mean, and the incompetence continues. The World Health Organization's incompetence. Yes, I will say that. Donald Trump may be the wrong person to criticize the WHO, but others in Congress should and attach strings of the funding. We shouldn't cut the funding for the WHO.
Right time,
but, you know, Willie, I don't even, this is a guy, I think he went to Oxford. He's a big John Kerry supporter. A man about town, obviously, very, very erudite, or however they say that in Oxford. But he says in his cornpone made-up accent that yeah, we closed it down, people still died. He knows that without the social distancing, he knows without the lockdowns, he knows this. He may be playing stupid on TV. He may be acting like he's dumb as dishwater on TV, but he knows that without the social distancing, instead of 30,000 people dead right now, it'd probably be 300,000 people dead right now. He also has to know that if we reopen the government too quickly without the testing, if we reopen the economy without widespread testing, a lot more people are going to die. And here it comes. Here's punchline, John Kennedy. I like how you talk like that, Mr. Oxford. You know, he actually talks like Sherlock Holmes when he's behind closed doors in his house, and he has an eye patch and a top hat and smokes a pipe. But he knows, Willie, that it's the businesses, the small business owners that you and I know and Mika knows so well, that own family businesses and own small restaurants and small bars and small shops. They're the ones who are going to be hurt the most if we reopen the businesses, and then they have to shut down again because Donald Trump still refuses to act in a strong manner on testing. It's just stupid and short-sighted, and he knows it.
Senator Kennedy knows everything you just said, and the reason we know he knows it is because that's effectively what he said in that interview last night. He said, we've got to open up the economy. A bunch of people are going to get sick, but that's a trade-off I'm willing to make. And by the way, that's not exactly a fringe view among many Republicans. The president effectively is saying that. He wants to open the economy, knowing all the costs that come with that. You had an Indiana congressman putting it 2 days ago this way. It's the lesser of two evils. A lot of older people may die, but younger people will have their businesses open, the economy can get restarted. This is not worth the trade-off. We need to open the economy again. So what Senator Kennedy said last night opened a lot of eyes, but it's not exactly something we haven't heard all the way from the White House, and that we're going to hear again today as the president announces that he's going to tell some governors of some states that he has deemed based on some data he says he sees, he's going to tell them they can open for business. And as Senator Kennedy said, a lot of people will get sick because of it.
Well, you know, the thing is, Willie, there was somebody who claims to be a, quote, newsman who's anything but, who took great offense at me several weeks ago saying that the Republican Party claims to be the party of life if you're talking about the unborn. But if you're the born, my God, watch out. If you're especially in the greatest generation, if you're a World War II veteran in your 90s, if you're a Vietnam veteran in your 60s,
if you're in
70s,
Donald Trump or John Kennedy's generation,
if you're a Korean War veteran in your 70s or 80s, well, the hell with you, because you're right. There's a growing list of Republican senators, Republican congressmen and women, White House officials in the Republican Party that are saying, yeah, sure, senior citizens are going to die, but what the hell? We really got to get Wall Street moving again. We really got to get Boeing Corporation moving again. We really got to get these Fortune 500 companies moving again. And let's bring in Jonathan Lemire and Caddy. Caddy, they're not even being subtle about it. Like, they're not even being subtle. They're basically saying, yes, older people are going to die. The greatest generation, a lot of people in the greatest generation are going to die. You know, these same people who tear up on, June the 6th, every June the 6th, about what happened at Normandy. But now, because corporate profits for Boeing and other Fortune 500 companies are going down and the stock market's struggling, they're saying, well, yeah, they're going to die. Yeah, older people. We know older people are going to die. The greatest generation, a lot of people are going to die there. A lot of people are going to die that are Korean War vets and Vietnam vets. But you know what? We got to get Wall Street purring again. It's an astonishing argument from the, quote, party of life.
Yeah, I mean, I suspect what they're really saying is that your older people are going to die, but I'm going to do all I can to protect my parents and my grandparents, and I'll leave that problem with you. I would recommend for anyone who has a few minutes this morning to go and watch Angela Merkel's press conference on how she handles the coronavirus in her press briefings that she gave yesterday, where she lays out very clearly why we cannot afford to do exactly what they are suggesting, which is just let the older people die. It's not just about the people who might die. It's about the pressure on the healthcare system that will come if we open up the economy now. And a society, a democracy without a robust healthcare system under the kind of pressure it's been under for the last month is not a viable society. And she lays it out very clearly. We open up now and one person infects 2 people. Our healthcare system is shot by the time we get to September. They infect 1.5 people. It's shot by the time we get to November. I mean, it's an incredibly compelling argument that this is not just about the humanity, that we as a society do not choose to let our old people die when we could save them in order to rescue the stock market and millionaires' investments. But it's also about saving a vital part of our society, which is the healthcare system. It just can't withstand us reopening right now.
No, it can't. And there is going to be, Mika, a second wave that's coming in the fall that we really need to prepare for right now. But, it's very interesting. Caddy talked about how they're saying, oh, yeah, it happens to older people, but other older people will take care of our own. Well, isn't it interesting? Mika, we're seeing a lot of senior citizens who are in the United States Senate saying, the hell with it, let old people die, let's open up the economy. A lot of talk radio senior citizens are saying, the hell with it, let's open up the economy. A lot of people on pro-Trump cable news shows are saying the same thing. A lot of older people in the White House are saying it. But what they're saying is, we're rich enough to take care of ourselves in the White House. We're rich enough on talk radio to take care of ourselves. We're rich enough in the United States Senate, or cloistered enough in the United States Senate to take care of ourselves. So You're not going to see us going out eating at restaurants. You're not going to see us going out with the economy started back up. But we're going to push the president and other people and governors to put political pressure on to get other people out there. And yes, they're going to die, but what can you do? They're not in the 1%. That's their attitude, Mika. There's no other way to put it. Again, I don't even mention their names because they're so disgusting. But people that used to serve in other administrations, people who used to have good reputations, people who were on talk radio, people who are on cable news, they're telling other old people, yeah, you're going to have to die. Get over it. We got to get Wall Street started again. But you're not going to see them have family reunions in a barn in central Louisiana, like inviting 1,000 strange people to just kind of rummage in there. You know why? Because they know that they don't want their family members to die. They're going to stay cloistered behind the gates of their homes. Yeah. They're going to stay cloistered in the United States Senate. They're going to stay cloistered where they stay cloistered and say, again, their argument is, make no mistake of it, and it's a growing argument in Donald Trump's Republican Party, yeah, senior citizens are going to die. But you know what? The bottom line's more important.
Well,
thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.